Yo, so black man, if more, Meg, bro. Anyway, uh, I was listening to Obsidian's latest video, and he talked about he talked about something that's very profound, and that is that there are two different black communities. There's the black woman, the strong, independent black woman who don't need no man community, and there's the community where women and men actually come together and cooperate and build, where men are the leaders. Or at least there's the men who believe in this, and there are certain women who also believe in this. Now all we need to do is find the women who believe in this. It's gonna be hard in America because for the vast majority of these women, even the dusty hood rat chick thinks she's strong and independent with her welfare check. She thinks her welfare check and her child support money makes her. You should see these women. They got the nerdy Shaniqua types shaking their heads and looking down at you like, I'm strong and independent. I don't need no man. But this, the community the community of intelligent black leaders and cooperative women is a very small, tiny community. And for the most part, they don't communicate with each other. They're not a real community. They're just, like black families. And there's a lot of, I don't know the term for it. Just very subtle differences in these people. You got your church types. You got your I don't go to church types. So this is not a real community. This is not a real community. It's like just a very small group, like just individual families. They're not together in any way. And my point is that I want the ratchet ones. I want the ratchet females to have what they want. I want them to have what they want. And all the thugs and manginas and simps who want to hop on their bandwagon, and the male feminists, I want all of y'all to go somewhere, or just stay where you are. As a matter of fact, just crash and burn. But don't try to inject yourself into the other community where black men and black women believe in families. They believe in educating their kids. They believe in building schools for their children. Don't come to our community with your rhetoric. Nobody wants to hear, about none of your feminist rhetoric. We all know black men came home from World War II and was met with feminism. How did this happen? You mean to tell me I'm out here trying to fight? I'm out here fighting wars so we can move forward as a people, and what would I get for that? Feminism. I don't need no man. I feel so sorry for those brothers that came home from the war. The same brothers who were getting lynched and beaten. When they would try to, when they would come home from the war and they really thought that anything had changed. I mean, some of them actually thought that they had their they had their soldiers uniform on and all that. I mean, they actually thought that something had changed. But they were in for a rude awakening when they got home. And the black woman decided that she wanted to side with the goodie bag. She wanted her a goodie bag. She wanted a goodie bag for herself. She said, okay, we could, she could have said, okay, black man, let's get together, okay? So white men, they trying to play this game on us. They trying to run this game on us. You see the game that they trying to run on us, right? Okay, so what I'm gonna do, what we gonna do, we gonna stay together. We gonna we're gonna make it work. Even if I mean that's an extreme. I wouldn't suggest that black women take anything out of the pot that tells you that you need to get rid of your significant other, your husband. I mean, even if black women decided that they were going to do this thing, they didn't have to go shit on brothers. They didn't have to shit on them. They didn't have to say, I'm strong and independent. They didn't have to throw up their college degrees and walking around, with their heads up in the air and just shitting on men and I am woman, hear me roar. I mean, just pathetic behavior. Telling black men that they weren't this and they weren't that and they couldn't keep up and they all these things. They didn't have to do that. And a lot of them didn't do that. I mean, I'm speaking from personal experience. I know of a lot of women who, I don't know. I mean, it's a slippery slope because the men that they've chosen were not upstanding members of society. But a lot of those women, they chose to stick it out with their thugs. And the black men that they felt sorry for, they felt sorry for these men. Oh, the poor pitiful black man, he can't get it together. Let me try to pick him up by his bootstraps. It's pathetic. It's a pitiful situation. I mean, I'm not trying to make light of those situations that brothers were in, but I mean, it's just like, damn, man. I think about, all the things that these women have done, and I'm like, yeah, there are two different trains of thought, that are going through the black community. What we really need is we need women that are on our side to be more vocal. We need those women to be more vocal, and we need to protect those women. Or I mean, we need to see. I mean, we don't actually need them to be more vocal, but we need to be able to see those women separating themselves from the strong, independent black woman who don't need no man. Because if a woman don't need no man, she gets no man. She gets no good man. Fuck her. You gets no good man. It's to the point where when I see a black couple, I have to wonder. I just like, damn, I mean, I have to wonder, is this dude a simp? Or is this, or is she one of the good ones? Because we all know with a 72% out of wedlock birth rate, I mean, it's not up to assumption anymore. You're past the 50% mark. I mean, 50% is outrageous. 50% is outrageous. You know, for for a demographic of people that make up, what is it, 13%, according to some stupid statistics. You know, but like I said, brothers, man, we need to desperately, I mean, there's ways that we can work around it. I don't like putting a lot of things out on the table, I mean, out on Front Street, because, you know, a good card player never shows their hand. You know, they never show their hand. They'll let you see a card or two, but they're not going to let you see all of their cards. So, you know, man, these women don't need no man. I am so happy that you don't need no man. And there is a group of sisters, you know, they go by the sisterhood of success. The sisterhood of success. And we're gonna see how this works out. We're gonna see what these women actually do. Cause y'all women, you know, y'all got a lot of, I mean, it's gonna be an uphill battle for y'all. As far as building trust with black men. And black men are some of the most forgiving individuals I've ever met in my life. You know, no matter what. I mean, black people in general are just so forgiving, especially when it comes to the so-called weaker vessel. And we all know that you women are not strong, and we know that you're not independent. You know, we don't live in a society where anyone is independent. I mean, somebody had to get that gasoline so you could put it in your car. Somebody had to mind that you are not independent. You know, but black women, you know, they like to use terms that, you know, that are ambiguous. They like to be ambiguous when they're using these kinds of terms. You know, yeah, I'm independent, but what I mean by that is, it's just very, you know, I don't need no man. I mean, like, I don't need no man to pay my bills. I don't need no man for this. I don't need no man to buy a house. You women, y'all are making a fatal mistake, and a lot of y'all are exposing yourselves. I see y'all on these dating sites. Yeah, man, I was on this dating site, right, the other day, and I seen woman after woman after woman after woman, black woman after woman, weave. I mean, you can barely find one of these women without a weave. So I'm telling you what the good black man wants. The good black man wants a woman who ain't caught up on the weave shit. You know, black men are not into women who are materialistic, because ultimately that means that you're gonna stress him out. You know, with all your materialism, you're constantly trying to keep up with somebody else, some invisible, the invisible family, the Joneses. You trying to keep up with them, and you don't know nobody named Jones. You don't know a successful family named Jones, but you are constantly trying to keep up with them. You're constantly trying to outdo everyone else. And your family, your family got, your cousin such and such, he got him a BMW, so I'm gonna go out there and get a Lexus. He got the Lexus. I'm gonna get, my house is 2,200 square feet. I'm gonna go out and get me a house that's 4,500 square feet. And I see this happen so much to black women. I mean, it happened to my own aunt, because she kept trying to upgrade instead of, she's making so much money, Or when she took that money and she kept trying to upgrade. You know, and I don't want to hear your fucking your tax excuses. You know, your constant tax excuses. I mean, if you're upgrading, and you're not bringing in enough money to keep up with all the upgrading because you keep trying to keep up with this invisible family, you know, you get what you get. And I don't suggest any black man sign up for that. When you meet a woman, you ask her, what does she want out of life? What are her goals? What is she trying to achieve? You know? And I mean, ask her if if you had $1 million right now, what would you do with it? Ask her that. You know? Ask her little questions, you know, if you ask a woman the right questions and you ask them in a way that is, you know, sort of playful, like, you know, hey, boo, you know, I mean, if you had $1 million right now, what would you do? You know, she'll be, you know, she won't even be thinking, so she gonna tell you the truth. A lot of them are gonna tell you the truth, which they gonna blow that money in about, that money gonna be gone. That money gonna be gone in like a couple years, you know. Oh, and you listen to what they're gonna say. I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna buy that. No starting businesses. No, you know. I like to ask a woman, what's the first thing she's gonna do? What's the first thing she's gonna do? What's the watch what come out of their mouth? I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna buy that. Nothing about starting businesses. Nothing about, you know, have it saving for your children's education. None of that. Y'all gotta be very careful about, you know, the women that you deal with. And like I said, there's plans in action to get good women. There are plans being put in place for the good black men, for the classic men, you know. Black women, y'all about to lose your man. Y'all about to lose. I mean, you ain't got no man. Like I said, you strong, independent females, y'all don't have men. You don't have any men. You got simps, you know, you got thugs, and you got manginas. You know, the black woman's biggest fear, I mean, one of her biggest fears is that, the fuck are you looking at, you corny ass fucking black nigga male? Your rims on your fucking car. Well, I gives a damn about you. Anyway, you know, the black woman's biggest fear is that her simps, her thugs, and her manginas are gonna find out what you guys, gonna find out the truth. This is why they want to really shut down your voices. Because once their simps find out what they've been up to, I mean, you know, that's just one less man that they have to manipulate. You know, there's going to come a time when you ain't going to have any men. You ain't going to even have your manginas. You're not going to even have them because they're going to be hip to your game. Black women don't have game. You know, that's just a fact. Black women's game is weak. Black women don't have good game. I mean, their game is weak. I mean, black men's game is weak as fuck. Most black men's game is weak as hell. You know, but that's another story. Anyway, black man, you know, we gotta think in terms of our own communities, our own separate communities. These strong, independent, 40-year-old, dried up ass, ovary having women, they wanna control the narrative. They wanna get out there and say, oh yeah, well, you know, black men this, black men that. Anyway, man, like I said, man, I'm gonna get back to this later, man. I got better things to do with my time. On that note, I wanna say peace. Get on the 5 steps. Adopt the moral code.